Southeast Michigan gripped by the kind of cold that has consequences for anyone outside too long. And it's going to be a while before we see a warm up. Mara.
Kimberly, the governor is set to give her State of the State address tonight, and it is going to be one the likes of which Lansing has never seen.
Now live at 5 o'clock, the Local 4 defenders decoding the emojis on your kids' phones. The DEA says the emojis are the new language of buying drugs.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We begin here at 5, though, with the dangerously cold temperatures across our area made worse by the wind.
Now, Paul has been tracking single-digit temperatures, but that's giving some of them too much credit because they got minuses in front of them, Paul.
Absolutely, and this cold air is just making life rough on that St. Clair River, too. We thought this flood advisory was going to expire this morning at 8:15. The National Weather Service expanded that till 8 p.m., so we still have that flooding risk. And so we're just going to monitor that for you. But we're also watching our Mount Clemens Skycam. Beautiful sunset in progress. A lot of sunshine today, but purely cosmetic. Temperatures right now in the teens, wind chills in the single digits. In fact, Metro Airport has a wind chill of 0 right now, so another bitterly cold evening on the way. If you're heading down to the Wings game, original 6 matchup at LCA, no problems on the roads. It's dry. It's just that wind chill is going to be near 0 as you're heading to and from the car. So it's going to be a cold one. Coming up in about 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, we're going to talk about morning wind chills tomorrow. We're going to talk about some flakes tomorrow evening. And we're going to talk about more Arctic air coming in for the weekend. But don't forget, the Local Forecasters app has everything you need. You can track these temperatures and just hold up your smartphone to the screen. That little QR code will take you right to the spot where you can just easily download the app right into your phone. It's easy, it's free, it's the best weather app in the nation. Be back and see you in just a few minutes, guys.
Paul, cutters and crews have been out working to clear the ice jams that have been forming on the St. Clair River. This is the scene from earlier today. Officials say crews were trying to be proactive because of concerns stemming from the significant flooding that we saw at this time last year.
Justice Stephen Breyer plans to retire after serving nearly 3 decades on the U.S. Supreme Court. The 83-year-old has been a consistent liberal vote on the court since he was sworn into office back in 1994. Bill Clinton nominated him to the bench. Breyer is expected to stay on until the end of the term and until Congress confirms his replacement. President Biden has pledged to fill the opening by naming the first black woman to the high court. Be sure to stick with Local 4. We'll have comprehensive coverage on the Supreme Court shakeup from Capitol Hill. That's on NBC Nightly News right after Local 4 News at 6.
The Federal Reserve is preparing to raise interest rates, as many suspected they would. Fed cited high inflation and a strong labor market as the reasons behind that decision. Interest rates have been low for a very long time. Fed slashed them to near 0 in March of 2020 when the pandemic hit. Fed indicated last month, though, that there would be multiple rate hikes throughout 2022, and investors expect the first one to happen at the Fed's next meeting, which is coming up in March.
All right, now to the newest data on COVID cases here in Michigan. The state reporting 27,423 cases over the past 2 days. That's an average of more than 13,000 cases per day. We've also lost another 379 Michiganders to the virus. We're also tracking the 7-day moving average for daily cases. Today, that number is 14,335 cases, which is significantly lower than last Wednesday, where we saw 17,589 cases. Today, the White House put out new data showing impressive differences between the death and hospitalization rates caused by Omicron compared to previous variants. For those details, let's bring in Dr. Frank McGeorge. But Doc, before we get to that, can you also just give us your quick thoughts on today's Michigan numbers?
Yeah, Kim, looking at the numbers from today and Monday, I think it's pretty clear that as a state, cases are thankfully not rising anymore. Now, I might have actually hoped for a clearer decrease, but I'll settle for basically what appears to be a plateau that we seem to be in. But based on what we are seeing right now in southeast Michigan, which is actually definitely more of a decrease than a plateau, I would actually bet that the statewide numbers are basically plateauing because other regions of the state outside of ours are still experiencing an increase in cases cases, and it's not going to be until they peak out that we would begin to see more of a distinct drop in the entire statewide numbers. Now, on a related note, we are now several weeks into the Omicron spike, and because deaths, of course, lag new cases, we are now at a point where we would expect to see deaths increase more sharply, but so far we have not seen that. And CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky actually shed some light on that during today's White House press briefing.
Yesterday, CDC released a new report that details the severity of Omicron in comparison to other variants. Similar to our prior report, these data demonstrate that COVID-19 disease severity appears to be lower with the Omicron variant than with prior variants.
In the graph shown, it's clear that in the past, when there was a rise in cases, there was an accompanying rise in hospitalizations and deaths. But that has changed with Omicron.
The third shaded section in orange represents the past month, when cases dramatically increased due to the Omicron variant. Strikingly, when we compare the past month, when Omicron was the predominant variant, we see a clear separation between cases, hospital admissions, and deaths.
But she cautioned.
Although it's encouraging that Omicron appears to be causing less severe disease, it's important to remember that we are still facing a high overall burden of disease. Hospitalizations have rapidly increased in a short amount of time, putting a strain on many local health systems.
So the bottom line is Omicron is still a serious problem, and it's going to continue to be as it burns through the United States. We still need to keep doing what we've been doing because the number of cases is basically generating so many cases that it negates the fact that Omicron is overall less severe. Back to you.
Okay, Dr. McGeorge, we appreciate it.
Just a couple of hours away now from Governor Whitmer's annual State of the State address. It is the second one in a row that she'll deliver virtually due to the pandemic. You can watch the address live here at 7 tonight on Local 4. We'll also stream it on clickondetroit.com. Mara McDonald live with a preview of what we can expect from the speech and perhaps the reaction we'll be seeing coming into it as well. Mara.
Hi, Devin. For starters, it's not going to be your typical State of the State. The governor is taking her show on the road and out of Lansing. Let me show you. The State of the State address is typically one of the biggest party nights in Lansing for both parties. Current politicos, former ones, and those seeking and peddling influence all converge on the Capitol for an evening of ceremony and, in many cases, champagne. Well, courtesy of COVID, for the second year in a row, there'll be none of that.
When we work together, we win.
The governor heads into this evening's address after a big win yesterday, $7 billion in investment from General Motors in Lansing and Orion. A big win after the state got caught flat-footed when Ford looked elsewhere to spend its $11 billion in new facilities. So tonight, expect to hear more about electric vehicles and an electric vehicle tax credit.
We're going to propose a rebate to those who want to buy those electrified vehicles rolling off the assembly line here in Michigan.
Expect a very popular phrase this evening to be tax cut or tax credit, something the GOP-led legislature has its own ideas about.
Other things that we may have some common ground on are the EITC. And I also think that I'm hoping that she will entertain some notion and some ideas regarding income tax.
Back here live. So tonight I expect we're going to hear a lot about tax cuts, maybe not so much about COVID, but the central tenet of her tax policy seems to be repealing the retirement pension tax. Let's see what that's going to look like. I'll have more on that coming up tonight at 6. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Yeah, Mara, we'll have a lot to discuss. And after her address, in fact, I will be sitting down with the governor for a one-on-one conversation on a variety of the topics she'll bring up this evening. You can see parts of our conversation starting tomorrow on Local 4 News at 5.
The DEA is warning of a deadly trend involving the type of illicit drugs coming into our area. Pills that look like normal prescription meds are turning out to be made with fentanyl. Local 4 Defender Sean Lay live with more, including some good information from parents looking to protect their children. Sean.
Good evening, Kimberly. We're out outside DEA offices here in downtown Detroit. Look, our conversation today went like this. The DEA says they investigate every drug overdose in our area. They check out the person's phone who died. They're finding these drug deals are made entirely over text, entirely using emojis. And tonight, we're going to decode those emojis for you.
We're seizing the counterfeit pills, tens of thousands here within the last 6 months here in Southeast Michigan.
The DEA telling the Local 4 Defenders not only are counterfeit pills flooding Metro Detroit, all walks of life, all over our area, are buying pills from street-level dealers. They think they're buying high-powered opiates to get high, when those pills actually contain deadly fentanyl, and people are dying. Their cell phones then give agents a roadmap.
When we start investigating overdose deaths, we start looking at the phones of the individuals that passed, and you start seeing these emojis, and you start making sense of what happened just prior to the overdose.
Emojis, the little faces and symbols on your phone, the DEA says are the language used for buyers and dealers to set up drug buys. Emoji conversations, something parents need to learn how to decode. Snowflake, snowman, snowing, 8-ball, code for cocaine. Trees, fire, cloud, marijuana. Brown heart, dragon, that's heroin. Xanax, a pill, bar or bus. Adderall, capital A, and a train. Simple symbols to have drugs delivered, most having no idea the pills are fake and packed with fentanyl and now meth.
But it's scary times because you don't know what you're dealing with, any type of powder.
The DEA is saying one pill can kill, and in fact, they're not just investigating these overdoses, they're using the phones to trace back to the actual drug dealer, taking them to federal court, and they are getting convictions, Kimberly, for injury-causing death, a 20-year felony. I'm Defender Sean Lay, Local 4. Kimberly, back to you.
Okay, Sean, we appreciate it.